Good morning, everybody. It's Tandy, the Canadian Stamper. Saturday morning, we're ready to rock and roll with Fun Fold. And I have a sample one for you today. I was on the ball and got it done. And we're gonna use the Stamparatus today because I wanna get a really good impression on my flowers that I'm gonna be using. It's a really pretty card. So it's an easy Fun Fold. It looks more difficult than it is. It's kind of like a shadow box, but it'll be pretty cool. I'll tell you the measurements as I'm going. I've cut the pieces, but we're gonna score them together so that you can see how it goes together. And you can use, I've used the retired, I don't remember the name of it, celebration paper, but we're also gonna use, that's my sample, and then we're gonna use this cottage rose. So if you are crafting along, you need a big flower, like a big focal centerpiece. Cascading flowers would even be super pretty. This is a case, I'm casing this off of Gina K Design. And good morning. I have a new computer system, so we'll see how it goes. Good morning, I see people jumping on. Listen, I'm gonna show you something super quick, and then we're gonna get going because I have the Take Your Pick workshop at 10 o'clock. Maybe we'll do a little roadie and I will tell you, or I'll show you the projects. I think there's 9 of them. So I'm gonna show you about the online exclusives. If you follow any demonstrators, hopefully me, and then any other demonstrators, or get my newsletter, you would have heard all the buzz about Stampin' Up's exclusive online products, fun stuff that they have coming out. So I'm just gonna do a quick, I'm going to show you where it is on the website so that you can see it. Sometimes the links and stuff in social media doesn't necessarily cover it all, but I'm just going to show you where it is because there's lots of cool stuff on there. I'm going to show you a couple of tips as well. So let me spin you. Morning, everybody. I'm going to bring up your comments here in a second. Okay. So I have here, let me get my mouse. Where's my mouse? So make sure you're shopping with me here, unless you're a demonstrator, of course you're shopping with yourself. And then this is the main Stampin' Up page. So before I go to the online exclusives, I just want to show you, if you got my newsletter yesterday, you would have seen, there was this, I've also put on social media, where it's got a tip here on what you can do. And I understand, I have learned that these change monthly. So keep watching for that. So here's the online exclusives. This ticker tape here is always going to show you what's happening, like what's current. This is a new kit that has come out. And then we've got online exclusives. And these little dots here tell you how many pictures there are to look at. So if we click on online exclusives, it brings you this page. Now this is important because if you are looking for things and you love your catalog, these are not in the catalog. These are all things that are not ever going to be, well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're never going to be in a catalog. Good morning, everybody jumping on. So some of these things are currently unavailable. In my understanding from Stampin' Up, it means that these things that say currently unavailable are coming back in stock. So if you're interested in it, then just let me know because I can put it on the watch list. And then you go to the next page. So this is what we're talking about with online exclusives. These are products that are not in the catalog. I think Stampin' Up is kind of switching things up a bit to offer more new products, like rather than having to wait for a catalog to come around. These are super plush and beautiful, by the way. I got mine a couple weeks ago. These online exclusives, so we'll have a new catalog coming out, but this is a good place to go if you're looking for inspiration and new products. So that's what online exclusives is. Cool, cool, right? Okay, we're gonna start making our card. We gotta get cracking. It's 10 after. Oh, I'm gonna bring up your comments and I'm gonna show you my sample. Okay, here we go. Happy Saturday morning. Hey, Jody, does this bag look familiar? Jody bought me this bag and it holds my Stamparatus. It's a true statement, this one here. So here's my Stamparatus, which I'm just gonna pull out. If you're not familiar with Stamparatus, we're gonna talk about it. It's got these doors on it, and just want to open this door. It's got like a this is hard, but then this is a foamy piece. If you're using photopolymer stamps, you can tuck this in here, and then it gives you the padding that you need. All right, I'm still waiting for my comments because I want to see the comments. So let's talk about something else. Just before we get going, this is a new kit. So Father's Day is not till June, but they're good gender neutral. You can add some coloring to these shiny pieces to get a bit of a smoky look. So we made those in On Stage, and I wanted to share that with you. And let's just get going. Sorry folks, I can't see your comments. Actually, we don't need the Stamparatus right away. We need our trimmer. So if you got my newsletter, you will have the pieces. If not, go ahead and get yourself a pen or a pencil, and we will, oh, there I am. Let's just get going. We'll talk about things. Uh-oh. We'll talk about, I have volume going on my phone. So I got a new computer, by the way. Oh, there we go, I muted me. I got a new computer, so I don't, you know how I normally have my little agenda as to what we're doing? This new computer doesn't have Microsoft Word, so I could not make one. I've pulled it up too late, and I didn't have my Google Docs organized, ready to go. We're going to cut a piece at 5 3/4 by 5 1/2. That's this one right here. Hi, morning everybody. Oh, Willow is crying. Then we want this piece, which is 11 by 2 3/4. And then these pieces here are some scraps. This is gonna be for our sentiment, and this is gonna be for stamping our beautiful focal piece. So before we score, you wanna see what we're making? Are you ready for the wow? Ready, ta-da! This is what we're making. So what makes this a fun fold is it goes like this, and then watch this, boom. It's like a little tripod. You can't really see it very good. I'm gonna hold it like this. So these flowers are not super attached. I got fancy, and I cut this, like I cut a little slit here because I wanted these to tuck more, and I'm okay with it being kind of like that. And then I cut these. Now this paper, I don't remember the name of this paper, but it was one of the free celebration, and I had made a comment about it earlier because this paper has this black line that goes through it. You see that ever so slightly? So with this flower, there was two together. You can't really see it, but I just fussy cut through this line. So it's like a natural, it looks more natural. So there's what the side profile looks like. And then I had an extra little piece, so I added a little flower. So that's our project for today. And guess what? It's also part of the Take Your Pick workshop. Cool, hey? All right, let's do it. Time to rock and roll. Oh, favorite flowers. Thank you, Nancy. All right, so let's take our piece of 5 3/4 by 1/2. Pull up my sleeves, get down to business. So on the 5 3/4 inch side, 5 3/4, we're gonna score at 5. So the Stampin' Up! Trimmer has got a cutting blade, and the light one's a scoring blade. So we're scoring, and then we're gonna score at 4 1/4. Okay, now we're flippy flip. We're just rotating, and we're doing exactly the same thing. So 5 here, and 4 1/4. So this is, we're making like our little shadow box piece. So let's set this aside for a moment. Then we have our 2 3/4 by 11. And on the 11 inch side, we're just gonna score it in half, which is at 5 1/2. that's it for the trimmer. So this long piece is this piece here. And then this piece is our front piece. Now, if I was to make a bunch of these, I was thinking about this. Do you think about cards when you go to bed? Because that's what I do. And I thought, I feel like I would maybe use thick cardstock. Maybe not, well, yeah, you could probably use thick cardstock for the whole thing. You only get one of these from an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I should have probably cut them from 12 by 12. And then you have to use a new sheet of paper to get the second piece. So just food for thought. All right, so let's score and varnish. The boys have just left. They are going to, where are they going? They're going somewhere in Souk to go ATVing. Fun, right? What am I doing? I'm just trying to see which way I'm. Now this, like I said, this is, if you're just jumping on, this Fun Fold is a case from Gina K Design. So I'm folding forward and then I'm going back. You don't really need to do exactly this. Like, you'll figure it out if you're doing this afterwards. You'll get the, just fold and varnish, and then you'll get what we're looking for, which is this piece here. Now, when Gina K did it, she scored on both sides. I think if I was using the thick cardstock, I would probably do that. I've made several of these and I didn't think it was necessary to score on both sides, but I think with thick cardstock you would. So put glue on one side of your thinner piece and you're gonna mount it to the back. You're just gonna glue it like so. And then our card base is done, y'all. Done like dinner. So I'm just going to be a bit gentle with that just because it's the Tombow and I don't want it to move now that I'm organized. Kind of want that to I want that to sit better. So I guess that's a tip. Make sure to get your glue right to the edges. Not really sure it's a great day for ATVing. It doesn't look very nice out. Beautiful. Okay, so see how we've made that's our base. Easy Fun Fold, right? All right, Stamparatus. If you're new to the Stamparatus, welcome. Welcome to the fun. So these are, what kind of stamps are these? Cling stamps. So I don't need that squishy piece I just showed you. This is genius, by the way. Thank you, Kate. I'm doing this now with my new stamps. So with cling stamps, sometimes these, see how this piece can come off? And I find that, and Kate did as well, if you are on here and then you use it a lot, and then the stickiness, I mean, Stampin' Up! Did an upgrade, and it's better than it was, but it still can come off. And putting it on the back side of the paper that comes in your, like when you first get the stamp set, I am very happy with this. So these are the stickers and then it's just the back side. So if that's of interest to you. All right, I'm gonna get my 2 pieces of white. I'm gonna show you how to set up this Stamparatus. Now, I wanna show you something with the dies. So this is Cottage Rose. I do have my shopping link on there, but I don't have the link specifically to this product because I was busy getting ready for the take your pick. But if you just look up Cottage Rose in the search, you'll get it. So I'm gonna do one of these. So that works. But this little one, there's no separate die, but this big, beautiful die, it fits. So I'm gonna stamp this one on a separate piece of paper. And then I'm gonna stamp and cut out a couple of leaves, just so you see the method to my madness in that they're not all gonna be on one piece of paper. Okay, so when you're using your Stamparatus, I'm not a fan of tucking it right into the corner because I find that if, like this would be fine if we're doing this. But if you, like, let's say this was way down here, it doesn't, I mean, it's fine, it'll pick it up, but if it's, you just have to work at it a bit more if it's way in the corner. So I try not to put stuff in the corner. But in this case, we're good to go. Okay, I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black because, friends, we are going to use blends. So if you are using alcohol markers, do not use your regular ink pads. Don't do that because these will bleed with this ink. So you need Memento ink because it will work with your alcohol blends so it doesn't bleed. It's also a Memento for watercolor as well, same principle. So I'm taking my ink pad, I'm inking up. You could get fancy and put your stamp case under here if you want it level. Sometimes it's a bit tricky with ink pads and then you get ink kind of like all over. Oh, see right there, I got a little bit of ink. I'm fine with it though. Okay, and then you close the door. Oh, there's magnets and stuff you can put on here. I'm not worried about the magnets because I tucked the paper right in the corner. But let's say you had your paper out here. This would be a mess because the whole point of a Stamparatus is that you can open and close the door as many times as you want, re-inking, and you're going to get the same impression all the time. See, that's not a good impression. No bueno. So we're just going to ink it up again. It's like no fail stamping. See, I was strategic, I knew it. I'm like, it's too much pressure to expect that I'm going to get this on the first go. And because I'm coloring it, the outline really matters, in my opinion. See? And we could do it again and again if we wanted to, which we're not. Because we just need one. And I'm happy with that. So I'm just using a wet wipe and I'm gonna clean it. And we're gonna put this, well, we can leave it on there, I'll show you. You can pop this up, these come off. There's actually another one here as well. And then you just flip it around and you're ready to go again. So in this case, we're gonna take this, we'll tuck this, well, let's show you the magnets. Stand by. Okay, here's the pro tip with the magnets. They're on the back. Do not touch them together. Don't even get them close to each other. They will combine and they will snap. They will break into little pieces and it will be a violent mess. I'm not even joking you. So be careful. Be careful. Oh, somebody's here. Oh, the boys are here. Okay, we're going to, I'm going to go down here because remember that big die? I'm going to get this. Let's actually be strategic about it. Well, let's not overthink it. Let's go here. And then I'm going to put my leaf up there. And this one's going to go down here. And then we'll have enough room. Okay, so we put that on the paper. We're picking it up. And I'm doing my Memento Tuxedo Black ink again because I'm going to color this one as well quickly. So that's going down. These are good for, actually that's pretty good just like that. So then we're gonna add, I think I wanna actually do two leaves. So let's go one here. Look at all my stamps on this. Okay, so this is where it can get a bit tricky when you have a bigger ink pad. So it's nice to have this under to keep it flat. And the idea is to not do this. You're just trying to keep it as flat as possible. And don't worry about ink coverage because you got the Stamparatus. You can just go over it again. It's all good in the hood. Let's try it. Let's see what. This might be a distinctive stamp, which is when it's got like a cool look to it. Ooh, that's good. Okay. So I'm just gonna wash this and I'm gonna reposition with this in mind. So see how that's gonna go there? So let's do this one here. Closing it to pick it up. I'm inking. I'm closing. Yeah, that's okay. I think I'm gonna leave this one a bit lighter. See the light and the dark? I'm gonna leave it a bit light. All right. So I'm gonna just leave this all as a big mess because I will clean it up later. Let's do some quick coloring and then we'll die cut these and then we're done. All right, I was going to, yes. So colors I am using, I will tell you as I go, and I'm gonna go super fast. Like we're not gonna, this isn't a coloring live. Am I close enough? I think so. So with blends, I'm not a professional colorer, but the idea is to follow the shadows. So I'm not pushing it all the way on, I'm just leaving it because I'm gonna come back to it. That was the dark, this is the light, and then you fill in with the light. So if anybody does have tips on blending with alcohol markers, please feel free to drop those in the comments. And then we'll all learn. So you can also go back over this with the dark again if you want to bring out the, you know, what you're doing is you're building the color depth. We're not going to spend too much time on it today because well, I can do a live that has coloring another day. What do you guys think about the Stamparatus? So I'm done with this now. You like it? Thumbs up. Do you have one? I know some of you do. I'm sure you do. It's good for multiples. I think Lance put spa music on. I can hear it. It must be very loud. Yeah, so we're gonna do a roadie here when I'm finished building my masterpiece. I'm gonna show you the take your pick workshop projects. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm not gonna color these. I'm gonna leave them on purpose green. So now I'm using petal pink. So I'm gonna do dark. That's not what I want, sorry. They have two tips. I prefer this brush tip. So because this is the dark, I mean, it's a pretty light color to begin with, but because it's the dark, I'm going center of the flower, and then I'm just gonna come in with the light petal pink. And like I'm trying to pull out the color. This flower on purpose is not my wow flower. Let's just color the whole thing and then come in with some dark petal pink. It's such a light color. All right, who has, oh, Pam loves her Stamparatus. Pam, you gotta get, you're supposed to be here very soon. I think you're probably leaving soon. Kate as well. What do you use it for? Take your pick. Oh yeah, shoot, the rest of your comments said I'm running out. So can I tell you how excited I am that I'm almost finished school? We have three technically more projects. I submitted 2 yesterday and then I'm done, y'all. Like just for this semester. Lance is like, oh yeah, you just have one more class after this and then you're finished your MBA. I'm like, no, fool, that's not right. I'm only 6 months through. I kind of like that, what I'm doing here, which is going back over with the dark on the second sort of set of petals. Okay, there's that. I'm happy with that. Now for my wow flower. Oh, let me tell you this too. This is supposed to be a thing. You're supposed to get good seepage of ink to come through. Okay, hopefully I don't mess this up. Let's go Melon Mambo is what this is. So again with the shadows, the center of the flower in my mind and the leaves are where the dark elements of the, and I'm kind of following where these black lines are in the stamp as well. Yeah, so courses that I just finished. So one is called Creating Customer Value and the other one is called Delivering Customer Value. And really, one is a marketing course and the other one is on lean management. It's essentially what it is. I really enjoyed the lean, well, I enjoy both of them, but the lean management is like the philosophy of lean. Similar to Six Sigma, if you know what that is. If you're familiar, I wasn't before taking these courses. And it's all about process improvement that is based on customer values. So what I think is important is maybe not necessarily what you think is important. So it's the mindset shift in that the work that a business is doing should be centered around what the customer values most. Anyways, that's sort of it in a nutshell. And then marketing, of course. So we were working with a company called Refire. I think I'm allowed to say that. Shout out to Refire. They have 2 locations. They do take and bake meal options. I'm not going to tell you what I did the campaign that we're proposing for them. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't know if they're going to use it or not. So I don't want to advertise that they're going to do something which maybe they're not going to. Anyways, the owners are super fun. The guys are hilarious. Apparently one of them's a stand-up comedian. You know our friends Mike and Trish. Michael jumps on sometimes. He said that one of the owners was doing stand-up comedic work, which I think last weekend maybe. I hear it was pretty good. So, of course, in the course, I had to go and get some take and bake stuff for taste testing, of course. So I can say that it's delicious. We got mac and cheese, pulled pork mac and cheese, and shepherd's pie. So the owners are chefs. So it's not like your grocery store run-of-the-mill or Costco version. It's like, it's delish. So a little shout out to them because it's super good. So it was fun to work with them. One of the gals in our team is in Vancouver, and so she was having full-on FOMO that she wasn't able to taste Refire's good cooking. Yeah, so those are the classes that are just about done. Done as of Sunday. So I'm coming back in with my dark because I want to add some depth. You can see it, the depth work that I'm trying to achieve here with the darker colors, I think anyways. So now I'm going back over with the light over the whole shebang. So the light Melon Mambo will seep in, but it'll also pick up the dark. What else can I tell you about? We're going to Europe in a couple of weeks. Lance found some super cheap tickets to Amsterdam. And so we're getting out of here. I gotta do my schoolwork while we're away, but we have lots of train trips planned. So I'm hoping we're getting an eSIM. So that's how I will stay connected. Yeah. Not to worry, somebody is coming to look after Willow and stay at the house. I don't think she's gonna do my lives though. We haven't discussed that part. All right, let's get these cut. What do you think? Maybe give me a thumbs up or a heart if you like it. Let me get that centerpiece going here. I feel like it's a bit white. There. Sweet. All right, so mini time. Let's deal with this little piece first. How am I doing for time? Oh, it's only 9:30. Oh, you know what I didn't think about? Oh yeah, it'll fit. Whew, I was thinking it wasn't gonna fit in the mini. All right, so plates number 1 and number 2. Then we're gonna build the sandwich, which is adding our paper, and then the bumpy side, which is the cutting side down. This might get tricky, y'all. Well, let's just see how this goes. Let's add a Post-it note and hope that it stays. Might have to go over to my big shot. I don't know. Let's see. We'll never know until we try. Oh, it fits. Nailed it. Okay. There it is. There's the beauty. All right, let's cut our leaves. Whoops. What are you guys doing this weekend? Tell me what's happening in your world in the comments. Nancy, I'm coming to your house tomorrow for your birthday party. So that's gonna be awesome. Oh, Kate, you just offered to do my lives while I was in Europe? Oh, crud, this moved. Shoot. I just saw your comment. Might have to fix that. Oh my gosh, that's a big deal that you just said that. You're so brave. Okay, we're gonna have to discuss. We're gonna discuss. Now you've put it out there. You've put it out there for the internet to see, friend. Did I read that comment right? I can do your lives for you while you're traveling. Full disclosure, I'll probably slip up some curses and curse. No, you won't. Oh my gosh, I love that idea. That's so fun. All right, let's cut our big one. Whoops, that's not gonna fit. So let's just trim this so my die fits. Card making party tomorrow, Nancy, I know. It's super fun having a card making party for your birthday. I love it. We're using Enjoy the Journey set with your potty mouth. Well, I'll see if my if Facebook tells me my viewership goes up or goes down after your takeover of the Canadian Stamper channel. Don't put me in Facebook jail. That one moved too. Well, we're gonna trim this. Okay, let's move this stuff out of the way. I don't know where my snips are. Oh, they're right in front of me. Let's just do this. Don't worry. My die moves, so I'm just gonna trim quickly. There's quite a few people coming to the card workshop today. There's some pretty funky projects going on. There's heat embossing, there's ink blending. So I'm gonna be all hands on deck to make sure that there's assistance as needed. So the next Take Your Pick workshop is in April. So we'll be back from Europe March 31st. So I'm gonna make the cards before I go. I think I'm good with that. I don't even know what to do with this. Oh my gosh, watch this trick. Totally gonna show you a trick. Okay, so remember how I messed up my die, right? So here's my specimen. Watch this. Magnet. Oh, maybe I can't. I was gonna try and cut over it again, but I can't. So what you can do, but I would need the opposite side. All right, sorry folks, I need another leaf. Quick, quick, quick. I feel like I need it to build out the look of this card. We're doing fast. Oh, hi, Michael. Hey, I was just talking, whoops. I was just talking about Refire, and I remembered you said you went to a comedy night or something, and one of the owners was doing stand-up. I think you said it was super fun. It was good. And we're using the Stamparatus, which is a stamp positioning tool. There, nailed it. Again, so that you can have success with your stamping. However, it does not denote success with your cutting, as I am learning. Lori, you think Michael needs to attend my Take Your Pick workshop? Love the cards. Your gang can meet him and his charming he does have a charming personality. I wholeheartedly agree. How do you know Michael, Lori? Do I know how? I don't know that I know how you know him. Small world, hey? Michael, of course the invitation is open. I'm sure your wife would probably love to come craft. Take Your Pick workshop is always open for everybody. Look at that. Nailed it. Second time. All right. The show and improv comedians. Aha. All right. So just while we are on the topic of stamping, let's get our sentiment out of the way. I'm going to do best wishes. And then we're going to just glue this stuff to the card and we're good to go. I am using Melon Mambo ink, which is the same as our flower, because, you know, matching. And, all right, what are people doing today? I missed some of the comments. Oh, Brian, one of the owners, is a budding comedian. Love it. Brian's a good guy. Such a nice guy. They're all nice. Michael, I totally forgot about the interpretive dance from last year. Oh my gosh, that just warmed my heart that you just said that. Love it. All right. Gosh, I'm worried now that I need more flowers, but let's see how we go. Okay, so you remember our card base, which is the fun fold. Here's our back piece. Now, shoot, guys, I need another flower. Okay, I'm gonna just go with this for now because I don't have time to make another one, but you'll get the idea. Now, here's the tricky trick part. Where's my sample? So here's the sample. Now, if we're being strategic, I'm just gonna cut. I want the sentiment to be similar. Here I am freehanding again. Christine's probably on her way here. And I'm gonna flag this. So flagging, start in the center, going this way, trim up. This is however long you want your flag to be. Then come in here on the edge and cut to that tip, and then come this edge and cut to this tip. And then usually they should fall away perfectly if you did it right. Which now I'm just making a mess because I didn't get my tips right. Good grief, Tanya. Aha! Nailed it. It's a bit big actually. Okay, I'm just gonna get crazy. Don't do this at home. Don't do what I'm doing. because you'll mess up your sentiment. Oh my gosh, I totally nailed that. Can't even believe it. Okay, so this is gonna live here. This flower is gonna go here. Okay, truth be told, I need another flower. I need it to fill out more. Like I want 2 flowers actually. And then this one. So I'm gonna do this. I'm not even gonna glue it. Do I have time? I don't have time. It's 20 to 10 already. The folks are gonna start being here any moment. I told them 10 o'clock sharp. And then this is gonna go here. So for the first time ever, I'm not finishing a card on my live. What the heck? Okay, then these are gonna, I love this set by the way. These I'm envisioning that this is gonna need to be cut down. Yeah, that's okay, like that. And then one more big flower. You see how this is coming together? Shoot, sorry guys. I will stamp another one and color it. And I will post the finished product. So when you're putting this together, when you have all your pieces, it's meant to just put glue on the left and right and use the side spine as your support. And this is where the thick cardstock might come into play, depending on how much you put on the card front and how sturdy you need it to be. Like these aren't super sturdy. Okay, we're gonna go to this one because this is finished again. So it's not, just so you can see where they're glued. And then remember, I cut this piece here so that this sits in there because I wanted them to nest more. So you get an idea. So there it is. And then we would put some gems, which I had for this, but it's not happening. So this is done with designer series paper. This one done with elements, obviously, that we have made. So I'm gonna cut one more of these flowers, and I'm probably gonna trim the leaves because I just want the flower to be here so that kind of cascades similar to this one, and then glue them on and add some. So the gems are back here on this one. And then of course you've got your opening at the back here, which you could add another flower. Like we could take this piece and add, you know, cut one more and color it and be there. And that's your card. So I'll leave it like this so you can see my mess. So, oh, I was gonna take you on a little roadie. Road time. Okay, let's take you like this. Let's go like this. I'm gonna show you the projects for Take Your Pick, workshop, come through my house. Oh, yeah, Lance has got spa music going. Let me turn on the lights so you can see. And so this one has a variety of cards. So we've got, I'm gonna start easiest to most challenging. And, okay. So there's that one. This is using the Beauty Abounds paper. And then there's this one. I'm not, don't test me on all my knowledge because I don't, this is a fun fold. Will this come out? Yes. So it sits like that, see? It's the ladybugs. An ocean themed card. These are all stamps. It's stamps, and then this is a gel pen to make the birds. And then this one is going to be the card that we just made. I've got the same flower pieces back there. And there's a motorcycle one. And then this one I made on one of my lives as well. So these are the trinkets, dragonfly trinkets, and then this one's heat embossed, so it's getting a bit tricky. Then this one we did on a live, both of these we did on a live. So these are the Avid cards. So this is the heat embossed resist. And then that's using the stencils. I think that was last weekend we did this one. Yeah. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I've got my table set up with all the peeps that are on their way. So maybe try and come to the April 4th Take Your Pick workshop if you want. The link is in the description. So I'm not sure what the cards will be, but I will let you know before March 15th. And I hope you have an awesome weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will post the balance of the card that I just started this morning so you can see, and feel free to watch this again and grab the measurements if you're not on my newsletter. And if you need the measurements every week, then just sign up for my newsletter and you'll have them in your inbox, plus a bunch of other stuff. Awesome, guys. Chat with you later. Bye.